Hi everyone, good day. My name is Nelly Ilasip, the second reporter of Group B. So my topic focuses on different philosophers. So let's start with tabula rasa of John Locke to behaviorism of Watson. John Locke 1632 to 1704 developed the theory known as the tabula rasa or blank slate, stated that children come into the world with an empty mind and that knowledge and learning is received through reasoning. John Locke was born on 1632 and died on 1704. He is the English philosopher and physician and the father of liberalism. He often classified as empiricist because he believed that knowledge is founded in empirical observation and experience. So John Locke to behaviorism of Watson believed that there is no doubt that the environment exerts a great influence on the improvement of the functionalities of an individual with disabilities through stimulation. So Locke was advocated thinking of a child's mind as a tabula rasa or blank slate, and he emphasized that the environment is especially powerful in the child's early life because he considered the mind is the most flexible then. So the second is Principles of Ivan and Thorndike. Edward Thorndike, 1898, is famous in psychology for his work on learning theory that led to the development of operant conditioning within behaviorism, whereas classical conditioning depends on developing association between events. Operant conditioning involves learning from the consequences of our behavior. Thorndike included rewarding situation in his theory, and he hypothesized that behaviors were strengthened by experience of success or failure, and he is the one of the researcher to propose formal principle for learning which he called LOST. So Thorndike in 1898 became famous for his work which is psychology, and he hypothesized that ang behavior is ang pinalakas or strengthened by experience of success or failure, and he included rewarding on his theory. Let's continue with Ivan. Ivan Pavlov studied only reflex responses to stimuli. Skinner proposed that both Pavlov and Thorndike studied stimulus response learning, which he defined as behavior elicited by stimulus or respondent behaviors. So the Skinner's operant conditioning was based on his definitions of operant behaviors in which an organism emits behavior which is the punished or rewarded. So John B. Watson was credited with establishing the School of Behaviorism, which was based on this type of ideas. This school maintained that human behavior could be completely explained in terms of reflexes, stimulus-response behavior, and the effect of reinforcement upon them. So John Dewey and Jerome Bruner. John Dewey went against the norms that school should focus on repetitive means memorization and instead came up with the idea for students demonstrate their learning through experience. Jerome Bruner played a role in constructivism by placing more attention on the teacher language being used in instructions. Jerome Bruner, a cognitive psychologist, created a theory of development based upon the idea that the goal of education should be intellectual development. Bruner believed that development does not consist of decreased stages but it is continuous process. So, in the 21st century, this modern teaching approach is gipopularized ni John Dewey and ni Jerome Bruner. So, si Jerome Bruner believe nga ang development ay hindi binubuo ng hiwalay-hiwalay na stages. But he believed nga ang development is continuous or tuloy-tuloy nga proseso. And he believed also nga ang language is isang sanhi and dili siya consequence sa learning. Outcomes-based education or OBE. So, outcomes-based education or OBE is an educational that bases each part of an educational system around goals or outcomes. It is through an education philosophy when we're in any educator can find the direction on how to start making the child and where does education led him or her. So, that's all.